My wife happens to be very scared of cats. Yeah, cats, as tender and cute and humble as they are, she just does not come eye to eye with even the tiniest of kitten. Now it happens that where we live, there's actually a humongous family of these felines that just roam and breed around. They sort of belong to the apartment building, but no family in particular. So for us who live on the ground floor, if you happen to leave your balcony door or any window open at night, it's not uncommon for these good creatures of the Lord to actually come in, usually in search of shelter, especially if it's raining or cold outside. So a few months ago, while I was away in a different hospital, one mama cat and some baby cats managed to invite themselves into the house while the good wife was sleeping. Problem is, they could not just stay quiet. They kept making noises in their living room, and she thought that maybe we had been broken into or something, and that's where this camera that has been sitting in our living room came in handy. We managed to launch the app over the internet that could give us a live feed of the shiny-eyed monsters looking around and loitering like evil spirits in the living room. And so we called the fire department, who quickly swung into action to rescue my wife. Anyway, I'm just kidding. And that's why, good people, even if you live in quite a safe place like we do, you probably still need a camera like this one for the rare occasion that you'll need to monitor whatever is happening around when you're not around. And this is our first item, but stay with me because in this video I'm going to share with you some 10 tech items that won't actually break the bank but may be really useful and life-changing for you. This is not a sponsored videos, these are gadgets that I actually use, so I'll leave links to them down in the description box below. Be sure to check that out. Okay, let's get moving. So for the camera, this one is actually a no-name Chinese brand that I got off AliExpress for maybe about $50. I bought it quite a long time ago, maybe about 5 years ago, so I really can't track down the exact order, but I leave links to some good ones from Amazon down below. An IP camera is, in a nutshell, just a CCTV camera that you can access from wherever you are via an app on your phone. Usually they can give you a live feed of what's happening plus some recording functions depending on the exact model you buy. For a long time I really did not use this camera. It just sat over there more like a piece of deco because its app was really not intuitive at all. It was heavily in Chinese. But lately I managed to get another app on the internet that actually works and it's in English, so the camera is much more usable. All you need to do is connect it to some power and Wi-Fi or some internet and you're good to go. These things come in cheap and I think they're a must-have for every household, whether it's for use as a nanny cam or for whatever function. The second tech item we'll talk about today is something that I've already covered in a different video, and so you can go to this video. I'll link it somewhere over here. It's my mechanical keyboard, the Blitzwolf BW-KB1. This keyboard comes in at $50, just $50, but for all the features and the typing experience it gives you, I think it's really worth it. My particular version comes with the Getron brown switches, which sound like this. You get it, right? It also comes in black and includes RGB for all you color fans out there, but as you may guess, I had to go with the white version and leave the RGB in this simple minimalist mode that lights up each single key when I press it. It's both a wired and a wireless Bluetooth keyboard, so you choose how you want to use it. I definitely use it with Bluetooth just to cut down on the cables. My most favorite features are actually the ability to connect to more than one, actually 5 machines. So I can easily switch from my laptop to my custom PC, and it's just a nice typing experience. Believe you me, once you jump onto this mechanical keyboard train, it's really difficult to look back. And next, you guessed it right, it's the mouse I use. I've also talked about it before. This is most literally the king of productivity mice. This is the Logitech MX Master. This is actually the OG version. I got it for $55 during the 2018 Black Friday, but it retails for around $90 right now. It still works, but if your budget can allow it, I'd recommend that you go for the most recent versions like the MX Master 2 or 3. You guys know how much I've suffered with $2 or $3 mice that just stop working randomly. This one is very reliable. Okay, not to mean that it's not without any quirks, like recently this thumb button over here actually started misbehaving, but I managed to fix that. It served me quite faithfully for about 6 years now. For sure, I've utilized every last cent that I put into this thing. If I was still buying those cheap crappy mice, I'm sure by now I'd have a cemetery of like 20 of them buried one on top of the other. The next item in this roundup is the card reader I use, but before we talk about this thing, if you are liking this video so far, why don't you just take a moment and let the YouTube algorithm know by just hitting that like button down below. It really does help the channel out. Thank you. So this card reader is from Ugreen. I got it for about $12. The nice thing about it is that it has USB-C on one end and USB-A on the other. So you can literally connect it to any device, right from your phone to your PC. I use it mostly to transfer files from the SD card in my camera to the PC, but it also has this micro SD port that you can use to transfer files from, say, your phone. The speeds are quite decent on here. I get about 90 Mbps reads out of my SanDisk Extreme Pro memory card, which is rated at 170 Mbps, but at least that's better than the super slow 25 Mbps I would be getting if I connected my camera directly to the PC using the USB port. If any of you out there know of any solution that could come closer to the 170 Mbps the card advertises, I'd be grateful if you drop a comment down below. Next, we have this extended desk mat. It may not be a real tech gadget per se, but it's one of those things which you don't give much airtime to, but really get a ton of views out of. This one came in for really cheap. I cannot track down the orders. It's been quite a while, but I bet you it was about $25 thereabout. The material is nice and soft. You could literally, cover yourself with this and sleep. It also puts up very well with stains, and it's faded quite a little over the years that I've used it. So it's nice to have a surface where your keyboard and mouse glide happily. It just makes you feel much more productive than using the bare wood of the desk. This mat also serves to protect the desk from potential scratches, so that's also a plus. I'll leave a link to a similar one down below if you guys want to check that out. The next item in this roundup is my pair of headphones. I use this for literally everything from Zoom meetings to video editing, even watching YouTube videos on the desk over here. The amount of listening time I've put into these things is astounding. These are the Oneodio Studio Pros, and they retail for about $45. They come with two very good quality cables, and one of them even has this 6.3mm jack if you actually use it. The other one has an inline microphone. It's not a wireless headphone or anything, but the sound quality is actually quite good with a rather flat signature, which is good for a wide variety of applications. The ear cups are made of very comfortable memory foam that you'll actually appreciate if you listen for extended periods of time, and they're actually quite light despite looking this big. I can really recommend these headphones, although maybe I'll be getting another pair in future that are wireless with active noise cancellation, especially for travel and so on. I'm sure the Sony 1000X M4s know that I'm talking about them. The next item is this battery pack from Aukey. I also got it quite a long time ago, but I've used it a ton. It's really a lifesaver to have it somewhere in your bag, especially when traveling. The power bank is good for 20,000 mAh, and that's enough juice to charge most modern phones 4 times over. Nowadays though, I mostly use it with my camera. Like right now, it's actually plugged into the camera, and so I can record for hours on end without the camera going off. This one comes with Qualcomm 2.0 fast charge, but more recent versions have even faster charging. Check the links down below. It has 2 USB-A ports and USB-C port, and even a built-in flashlight. It's quite a useful piece of kit if you ask me. If you watched this far, I think you are finding value in this video. I make more of these videos every week. So if you're not already subscribed, I'd like to invite you to consider subscribing to the channel. by clicking the red subscribe button down below this video. Please also ring the notification bell so that you do not miss my next video, and spoiler alert, that's going to be one interesting one. I can't wait to do it. Thanks and welcome. Let's get moving. Another very useful item in my gear over here is the teleprompter that I use. While I don't use it for all videos, it has really saved me a lot of time, especially for those technical videos that would really take me the whole day to film, because believe you me, I'm actually not that articulate like, all these other YouTubers. I was born and raised in the bushes. Anyway, I guess I've improved quite a bit with time, so really occasionally I just type out a script, load it on the teleprompter app on my phone and just run it. This one is from Desview, and the cool thing about it is it actually supports wide angle lenses like my Sigma 16mm. I actually initially got another cheapish one which wasn't wide enough and could actually show up in the shot. So for those of you who are content creators out there, this is the one to get. Next is actually these USB cables. If you're like me, you must have been shocked at least once when you're in a supermarket and you see a USB-C cable going for even more than 1,000 bob. USB-C is fast becoming the standard in most electronics, and in 2021 really cable should go for like $2 or $3, I believe. So I went ahead and got these cables in a pack of 5 that cost about $10. 2 of them are 3 feet long, 2 are 6 feet long, and there's even one which is a whopping 10 feet long. So like if you live in a bedsitter, you could probably just plug in your phone and walk around, with it to every corner of your house very comfortably. These cables are actually quite good quality. They're braided and they're actually very fast in terms of data transfer. They literally solved my cable issues. I have one in the car, one in the living room, one in the bedroom. You get the point. Now, last but not least, let me share with you guys the cable management tidbits that I use over here. Truth is, with the many gadgets that we have nowadays, cables tend to pile up. I actually have 2 drawers full of cables, but with these cable ties from Amazon, it's been quite easy to keep them all well organized instead of having a whole spaghetti of cables winding around themselves. If you pair them with these nice little cable clips, your cable management on your desk will really thank you. So those are some 10 random tech items that have really offered me good value, and I can recommend them highly to you guys. Hope you guys have found something that you might be able to make use of. If so, tell me in the comments down below what you think might be a good buy for yourself. That is it guys for today. See you in the next one, and as always, no pressure.